So, ladies and gentlemen, uh, welcome and thank you for coming to visit the presentation of Hungary and Hungarian learning opportunities. Actually, let me introduce myself. I'm Gábor Lehőcz, the Deputy Head of Mission of the Embassy of Hungary here in Manila. And I had the privilege to introduce you the Hungarian higher education and with special focus of the scholarship opportunities to study in Hungary, and we are very much happy that we could attend on the European Higher Education Forum and festival because we are a continuous visitor of this exhibition since the beginning, and we think it's a very useful opportunity. And the number of the Filipino students in Hungary is continuously growing since the embassy opened its gates back in 2017. So why to choose Hungary if you ever think to study abroad, and especially if you are thinking to study in Europe? Hungary is a safe and friendly learning environment. What you will find there, the favorable cost to value ratio, it's very important. So affordable living costs. Here in the map you can see where is Hungary located, so it's really in the heart of Europe. The population is a bit less than 10 million persons, so smaller than Metro Manila. But still we have our official and own language, the Hungarian, and we are one of the oldest countries in the heart of Europe, which the establishment of the country dates back before the year 1000. So we are rich in culture and history. If you ever visit Hungary, you will witness this. And the location located about 10,000 kilometers from the Philippines. A European degree is the key to global job markets, is not a question. So let's earn it in Hungary. That's what we recommend for everybody. The Hungarian degrees are fully acceptable in the whole European Union and even above. If you have the degree in Hungary, which is having the Bologna System, Bachelor, Master, PhD level, this is accepted in Europe and out of Europe as well. So Hungary providing a big international student environment. We have a lot of international students, so it's very colorful to study only for the Hungarian universities. What the foreigner students are studying and saying about Hungary, they say that the three most frequently mentioned reasons for studying in Hungary in the higher education institution are the high quality education, the desire to get to know another culture, and affordable prices once again. So foreign students rated the shopping, sport, entertainment, transportation and accommodation facilities 4 out of 5 altogether. And 96% of those who are alumni would come back and study again in Hungary. This is based on a concrete survey. Some more important information on Hungary. Whether you want to study information technology, medicine, music, engineering, economics or agriculture, this is a very good place to choose Hungarian higher education institutions. One of the highest number of scientific Nobel laureates per capita is from Hungary. Also, in Olympic medals ranking, Hungary is one of the best per capita in the world. So we are very proud of it. Hungarians are working a lot. Hungarian higher education and sports systems are very developed. The Hungarian higher education dates back to the 12th century, so we have 66 higher education institutions and more than 550 study programs in foreign languages. Amongst them, 85% available in English, so a lot of English programs available in Hungary to choose. And I already mentioned we have the Bologna System, so similar like in the Philippines. After the K-12 program, we have Bachelor, then the Master level, and then the PhD. Though we still have some one-tier so-called undivided master's degree programs, for example the medicine programs that you start at the bachelor level and you will finish only after 5 years with a master's degree. So how can I get to Hungary? You can apply for a scholarship. Of course, this is not available for the Filipino students. It's the StudyInHungary.hu program. I will tell you more in details in the next slides. And the Erasmus Plus opportunity is obviously open for Hungary as well. But I'm sure that you heard a lot about that during this day and the presentations. Also, if you would like to become a fee-paying student, it's not a problem to get a full degree. So we have over 550 study programs in English, German and other languages, mostly in English, and still on the best price and value rate European. You can find everything in very detailed, just to remember, under the StudyInHungary.hu. This is also in the title of my presentation, you can find that. So this website helps you to discover all the study opportunities, all the higher education institutions in Hungary, including scholarship opportunities or self-payment opportunities to study in my country. But let's step and focus on a very important scholarship program, the StudyInHungary.hu. This was founded by the Hungarian government in 2013, and based on bilateral cooperation agreements between Hungary and the Philippines, we are offering 35 slots every year just dedicated for the Philippines. So when you apply for this scholarship, you don't have to compete globally with other scholarship applicants, just only with Filipino applicants, and you have a much better chance to get this opportunity. This is an application period is open once every year. There are 28 host institutions included in the program, 70 partner countries, and already more than 600 study programs in various languages. What is most important? What are the allowances covered by this full scholarship? This is a real full scholarship because you have no tuition free, so tuition free education. Also, you got a monthly stipend according to the legislation, so which means that during your work studies, which is on bachelor level, could be 4 years, or master level 2 years, and PhD level 4 years, you get every month this amount of money on your bank account. So, like a master or bachelor student get 6,350 pesos about in Hungarian forints per month. In doctoral level, in the first 2 years, you will get 20,250 pesos. On the second year, rising a bit, and you get 26,000 pesos every month. You don't have to pay for the accommodation because it's free, provided by the dormitory of the university, or you get a contribution if you choose to stay in a flat outside of the university, amounting 5,800 pesos additional per month. The medical insurance is also covering the whole study period, so for 4 years for free. And of course, there are several student services like intercultural assistant, mentoring system, and Allowances system. And don't forget about the study visa, which is free for those who are applying for this government scholarship program. So, just a bit more about what covers the student services. That's the institution advising, the visa housing, orientations in the real beginning, mentoring and alumni system. What we experience here in the Philippines that the parents are really afraid to send their children abroad, especially in a distance of Hungary, in the age of 18, 19, right after the high school. But we fully recommend Hungary. It's a safe country, and especially thanks for the good mentoring system. Those students, even in this young age, are really taken care of by the university's international directorate, and to accommodate quickly for the new cultural environment. But it's not so difficult, actually. That's what I heard from Filipino students coming back from Hungary, because they told Hungary is a Christian country, which the culture is very close for the Philippines, and even the kitchen and the food are a bit similar. We also eat a lot of nice pork. We use red paprika powder, so the spices are sometimes very similar of the Filipino foods. Those Filipinos who are living in or working in Hungary, they could accommodate very easily to the Hungarian environment. The study fields available for this scholarship program is limited on the level of the bachelor and the master studies, but there is no limitation on doctoral studies. So what you can choose if you want to have a Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship and you want to study in either bachelor or master, you can choose agriculture and sustainable development programs. There is a lot. Medicine, water management, engineering, and hydrology. It's again an umbrella covering several study programs, architecture and protection of cultural heritage, natural sciences, and environmental studies. This is based on the bilateral agreement between Hungary and the Philippines, and these are the opportunities to apply for various study programs in Hungary, in bachelor and master level. But once again, if you are having already a master degree here in the Philippines or somewhere else, you are eligible to apply for PhD level. Then you just need to find out a topic, a good supervisor of one of the Hungarian universities, and create your working plan, and that will be the part of your application. So available languages is English and sometimes also in Hungarian. Hungarian language is quite challenging, that's what foreigners say, but during the 1 year intense zero course, you can get the level of B2, what is already enough to start your studies in Hungarian language. But what we experience, almost 100% of the Filipino students are speaking very well in English, and they have no problem to join to the English language programs designed in Hungary. How the application process looks like, there are several application documents. I don't want to waste the time to tell you, because if you ever decide to apply, you will find all the information on the Stipendium Hungarikum's website. But the deadlines are very important. For this year's term, the deadline for submitting the application to the online system of the Tempus Public Foundation, which is like managing this scholarship, is the 16th of January. Then in February, you will have the first selection point, the technical check and nomination process. In March, middle of March, you will get the statement of the supervisor in case of the doctoral study application. So second selection point is once again in middle of March till the end of May. This is the institutional admission procedure. And then in the middle of April, the submitting the medical certificate you have to provide. And in June, you will have the notification already about the selection results. Right after that, you have to go to the embassy of Hungary, so basically go to my workplace to apply for a study visa. You will get your visa till September, and in the end of August or beginning of September, you can travel to Hungary with your study visa. What the study visa means, this is makes you eligible to apply for a resident permit with study purposes in Hungary till the end of your studies. It's a very common question. Can I work with this visa? Yes, you can work with this visa if you have time. You can spare a part-time job next to the university. It's possible. So, very important here in the Philippines that the pre-selection and the nomination also goes through the CHED. For that, you have to apply parallel, not only in the Hungarian online system, but by the CHED, submitting all your documents. And the deadline for this is 23rd of January, so 1 week later than the online application deadline of the Hungarian system. There is a deadline for the CHED application, and the CHED will make an interview and make a selection, and only the best Filipino students will be nominated for the Hungarian universities, for the Hungarian universities interviews. For your information, we had like more than 300 applicants last year for these 35 slots. So still we are seeing a very fast growing number in the past years of applicants. I still fully encourage you to apply as soon as possible and show your best face to the CHED, and then they will select you, and then can go to the interview with the Hungarian university. How the Hungarian universities will check your language skills, that's usually via online interview, and also your motivation, why you want to study, and why you are interested in the specific studies. So that's how it looks like, the online application system. Actually, it's powered by Dream Apply, an international organized, recognized system. Very easy, and you can follow up your whole application process. But once again, here in the Philippines, this application is not enough. You have to send all your documents to the CHED as well. I don't want to talk too much about the Erasmus Plus opportunity, because this is similar of each European countries, and each European universities who have these opportunities. So just briefly, you can see that kind of mobility types. So this can be a short-term mobilities to 3 to 12 months, or trainship period to 2 to 12 months, which is really fit to your existing education. So Hungary is very much open for that. We have a lot of students for that, but we always try to focus on our national scholarship program, because it's still a bigger chance to get it, and a great opportunity since it's a full scholarship for the Filipino people. Briefly, that's what I wanted to say, and I'm very much open to answer your questions. If not here, but you can find also at the embassy. I recommend you to follow our Facebook, Embassy of Hungary in Manila, or visit the StudyInHungary.hu, and then you will easily get an access to the website of the StudyInHungary.hu, which covers all the information of this excellent scholarship, full scholarship opportunity. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Hi, good afternoon. Just a quick question. Does Hungary also offer if you graduate like a master's degree or a bachelor's degree in Hungary, are you allowed to stay for a year or two to look for a job?
Yeah, for this I can tell you the exact regulations of the immigration. Your study visa will be eligible till the end of your study period. You have the student status, which means if you finish the period, the second semester is usually finishing in the end of June. So at the end of June, your visa is expiring. But what you can do, if you want to stay to work, you can start to find an employer in Netherlands before your visa expires, and then you will transfer your study visa into the work permit, which is a lot of people do this, so then you can stay. But it's not an extension of the study visa, just to find work. This expires right in the end of your study period.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But probably I should also mention that if you discover the opportunities with CHED, that they have regulations on government workers of the Philippines. So those who are working for government agency, they are eligible to get their salaries. Actually, the employer, if ever confirms for the government officer to study with a scholarship in Hungary, they have an obligation to pay their salary during their whole study period. So if you study for 2 to 4 years, you got your salary, you got your 13-month salary in Hungary, besides all the benefits of the scholarship. So it's very good for the successful applicants from the government sector, but of course it's open for private students as well. If you could probably mention that or realize that the flight ticket is not covered by the scholarship, this is the only one that the applicant has to cover by him or herself. But some government agencies are even paying for the airfare tickets for their applicants. But the selection by the chat is open for everybody, both for private applicants and also for government agency workers. We have already a lot of alumni who finish their studies in Hungary and come back to work for their respective agencies, the Department of Agriculture, the Philippine Carbon Center, the Philippine Modernization Center, or the Field Rice Research Institute. So we are very proud of them, and we are very good connections for Hungary in the future. That's what we want from all those who will take the opportunity of this solution. Thank you again.